Sage Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. So, am I MGTOW? What is MGTOW, you might ask? Well, it stands for Men Going Their Own Way. So there is a new trend in our society that you may not be aware of. It is a trend where single men are deciding not to get married, not to have relationships. Many of them are opting out of even dating or being involved with women at all. Some MGTOW men won't even speak to a woman. Now, what's behind all of this? And, why do I think I might be a little bit MGTOW? So I think what's spawning this, you can look it up. There's a lot of angry men out there. There's a lot of men who have gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to divorce and child custody. Give you an example. I knew a man who caught his wife in an affair red-handed. She filed for divorce as soon as he confronted her. She had already had it all laid out ahead of time. She was planning to divorce him if she ever got caught. And so she did. And they had a mortgage and bills on a house that were right around $3,000 a month. She filed for divorce when he confronted her. She kicked him out of the house. He had to leave his own house. And all of his money was going directly to pay her home, pay for the home that they shared together. These guys didn't even have kids, and he had to live in his car while he continued to pay the mortgage and all of the bills on the house, and she moved the boyfriend into the house. And so he is literally supporting his wife's boyfriend for like a year while because she knows once the divorce gets settled, the gravy train's over. So for a year, she drags her feet, she clogs the system, she refuses to follow through with the divorce and goes on the temporary order that has him paying all the bills. And, while this guy lives in a car for a year, she's having a year-long live-in fling for free with her new boyfriend. It's stuff like that that's got men going, maybe I just won't play. It's a natural reaction to feminism, I think, that, feminism and the woman's movement changed our globe and our country in particular. It, more than anything else, I think, signaled the end of the nuclear family, and that the free access to no-fault divorce has caused mayhem in our country when it's combined with feminism. And so many men are just going, okay, so you want things your way. Well, we don't have to play. Now, I'm not advocating MGTOW. If you go on and look at MGTOW videos, you're going to find some hateful men, some men saying some awful things. Now, I believe in the First Amendment, and they got their right. But I don't like it. I won't watch it. And I'm maybe a little MGTOW, but I am not bitter and hateful of women. All that many men in the middle of the two extremes of MGTOW, many of the men feel like, they're just getting the short end of the stick, that the system's wired against them. Now, I thought the system was wired against me, and when my 20-year-long marriage imploded, I figured I would just stick my thumb out on the first tour bus, grab my keyboard case, and jump on and go on the road and check out of the entire family process, not because I wanted to, because I was an active, involved parent from day one. I was the guy who went to the parent-teacher conferences. I was the guy who took the kids to the doctor to get their checkups. I was the guy who was there for my kids while she was pursuing her career. That she made a career decision to pursue her career, and I made my career and careers secondary so that I could make sure that the kids never saw the inside of a daycare. If your kids went to daycare, I'm not judging you. I just made a decision that was not going to happen with my family. So when push came to shove during the divorce process, plus the kids wanted to live with me, I was granted custody and I got child support. But trust me, that is not the norm. Normally, the women are automatically favored in child custody. I'll tell you another thing where women are automatically favored. Anytime there is a he said, she said that involves domestic violence. If she said he hit me, he hit her. It doesn't matter what the facts are. that there are many, many documented cases of women who beat themselves up, mark themselves up, cut themselves up so they can blame their husbands. I'll tell you this, when I went through my divorce, my wife falsely accused me of all kinds of stuff. And ultimately, that's how I won custody of my kids, because the lies she told were so ridiculous and so unprovable and so off the wall that the judges looked at it and went, "You sure you want to follow through with this statement? Because it seems to me like you're going to be found out a liar." You know, there was one moment where I went to my lawyer with some information and I showed it to her. Yes, I had a female lawyer. And she said, "Look, you understand that if you show this, you will win this case hands down. But she will go to jail for perjury. She will go to jail for making false statements to the court if you show this." So I won't get into details, but let's just say when I let her know that she had messed herself up so bad with those lies that she could no longer win and might end up in jail, she just gave custody to me and, and started paying child support. So I got lucky or blessed. Many guys don't get that treatment. And there's nothing fair about the court systems when it comes to this sort of thing. That there are horror stories of men who, after a 3 or 4 month marriage, will have to pay for years in alimony. So men are opting out of relationships. Some men won't even speak to women. Now, people ask me, why do you live in a van down by the river? And so it's because I'm a little MGTOW. I am. It's a little van, too. 2 people really wouldn't be that comfortable in here. And that's not by accident. And that financially, I don't need to live in a van down by the river. In fact, I spend about $3,000 a month on rent on 2 different places for family and children and whatnot. And I could definitely say, hey, I should live here. Give me that room. But I opt to live in the van down by the river because I'm tired of getting the short end of the stick. There's a woman in my life right now, and she might be very upset with some of the things that I am saying to you. But she'll never know. You know why? Because she don't watch my channel. Because she don't give a flip about this very important part of my life. And she, so many times women don't care about my career or about my jobs or my endeavors. And so I'm not worried. I'll say whatever I want on this channel because she ain't watching. Now, I ain't trying to start nothing. And I do love women. I don't hate women. I don't. But like so many other men, I'm just tired of the games, and I'm getting too old for that. And many of you women might feel the same way. I've known many women who are going their own way too, like they've just given up on relationships and men, and they live alone. And I ain't trying to start anything start any kind of gender war. I know that many of my viewers, my most cherished viewers, are women, and I do love women. I have I have a daughter, and but yeah, we're just a little tired of everything being so rigged against us. And you didn't, feminism, women, females, feminisms, I don't know what I'm talking about here. Women did not like the old system. I can see that, maybe why you wouldn't like it. But the new system isn't fair for us. And there's got to be some compromise where you get what you want and we don't get screwed in the process. And until then, men will continue to go their own way. God save our republic. I guess they're getting what they wanted. That would be the depopulation, slower growth. Yeah, not as many babies being born if men refuse to join in relationships.